I'm Richard Kennell. I'm the CEO and founder of SOFEA. So South Oxfordshire Food and Education Alliance, commonly known as SOFEA, is now just SOFEA. We've ditched the long mouthful. And we came here almost exactly 4 years ago to the day to ask a similar audience to yourselves to be very generous and help support us. At that point, we were 9 months old, less than 9 months old. I founded SOFEA in September 2014, and those of you that have been through that journey, those of you that have founded small businesses, those of you that have been through that pain, know how difficult and how all-consuming that is, and you feel like you're the only person in the world that can possibly ever have come across this problem, and it's awful, and how are you ever going to get out of it? And one of the ways we found out of that, to get out of that, was to come here and to pitch for some funding, which we were very lucky to receive, and that really helped spur us on through our first year. At the point where we asked for some funding here, we were, as I say, less than 9 months old. We'd probably had a total income somewhere between £40,000 and £50,000 over that 9 months. The funding that we received from here was a huge chunk of our annual income for the first year. I was trying to remember exactly how many staff we had at the time. It was 1 or 2, I think. Was it 2? And I was the founder and trustee at that point. Shortly after that, in December 2015, I resigned as a trustee to become the CEO and to take the organisation forward. And I'm pleased to say that 4 years later, we've gone on and been really successful, and I'll come back to that in a moment. But for those of you that don't know us, a little bit about what we do. So I'm a former teacher, a deputy head in a local secondary school, and I left teaching in 2006 and set up my own organisation to work with young people who had had a bad deal at the hands of people like me when I was a deputy head in a secondary school. And I built up a programme that ran across Oxfordshire for a few years, and it was working really well, and we were getting some good results. And about 6 years ago, 5.5, 6 years ago, we bumped into a national charity called FareShare. And FareShare redistribute surplus food from the supermarket industry to other charities that then benefit from that food, and reduces their costs and increases the nutritional value and so on. And I had a moment of enlightenment and thought, wow, we're doing this work with these young people that need skills, need work experience, need their confidence boosting, need some self-esteem and some self-worth. Here's an opportunity to set up a programme that enables them to do the work to transfer that surplus food to other people in need, and for them to be adding value to other people's lives. And at that point, even in May 2015 when I came here, I hadn't realised the power of that. The power of that really simple concept that the way that you get self-worth and self-esteem and self-confidence into a young person who has never been told they're worth anything is to get them to do something for someone else. And it's so powerful, and we've blundered around with our business plan and our strategy and what we do and how we do it, and at the core of it, it's as simple as that. What helps people most is helping other people. We have worked with about 300 or 400 young people in the 5 years that we've been going, the 4 years since we've been here. We had 2 members of staff when we came here. We now have 43. 22 of those staff are young people who've come through our own education and training programme. I always cry at this point. I mean, 2 glasses of wine don't help either. 5 of them are full-time staff. Those 5 young people are all 20 and 21 years old. They came to us when they were 17 and 18. They are the most remarkable. I have the honour and privilege of working with them every day, and that wouldn't have happened. It really wouldn't have happened if I hadn't stood here with 2 of them, not those 5, but 2 other ones. If I hadn't stood here 4 years ago with them, pitching to this audience for some funding. Those young people, those 5 young people, first of all, they run our warehouse operation without interference from anybody else, including me. I won't tell you what they tell me when I try and interfere. They are role models to the other young people that we have in that come through that are younger than them, but they are also an integral part of the education programme because they are the culture and the DNA of what we do. And those young people have had difficult lives, really difficult lives, some of them astonishingly difficult. And they've come through that with our education programme and our therapeutic support and the work experience and the skills that we've enabled them to develop to become valuable members of SOFEA, of their family, of their community and of society. And I'm really, really proud of that. 4 years after we pitched here, we have 43 staff. We serve 150 charities with the surplus food. We've doubled the capacity of our Didcot site. We're about to open another site in Milton Keynes. One of the young people that I've just mentioned is going to manage that site in Milton Keynes on her own. And that couldn't have happened. It really couldn't have happened without some funding from here, because this was in those days when I was, oh my goodness, how do I do this? Where do I get the money from? How on earth will this ever survive? So I'm very grateful for TFN. I hope that's given you a flavour of what can happen further down the line, and I hope that helps you to make a decision about who to help and be generous with this evening.